Under no circumstances can you move to Middle Georgia until you understand botanical sexism. It is running rampant in our local area, and it can absolutely destroy your family's health. And before we get into things, I'm going to throw a warning up on the screen. I'm going to give you 10 seconds to make sure that small children, adolescent children, young adults, a little bit older adults, and those that are above the age of 55 to get out of the room because they cannot hear what I'm about to say. Okay, breaking down what botanical sexism is, allergies. Okay, back in the 1940s, 1950s, primarily here in the state of Georgia, and there's other places, but it is so bad here. What they did was they planted predominantly male trees and not female trees. Male trees produce pollen, female trees produce fruit and seed. And to be able to make it non-messy, right, for cleaning crews and homeowners and everybody else like that, they planted the male trees. So there's an abundance of pollen in our local area. And when I say an abundance, I'm gonna go back on my cell phone and see if I can see some pictures, because an apartment complex that I used to live in, beautiful landscaping, right? You got the new trees, the new everything. When I say black asphalt was yellow, including my car being yellow, I can't even make it up. My old car, I used to have a moonroof that was completely black on the top. In the summer, like early spring, and like getting into the early summer months when pollen is at its highest, I can't even make this up, for 3 to 4 weeks, it would just be pure yellow. The streets, yellow in certain areas. So it's really important not only to find the right house, but the right neighborhood and the right area when it comes to buying a house here in Middle Georgia. Because if you have anything like allergies like me, it will take you out. Me personally, I live over here in Byron. I live here out kind of in the country area where they didn't really practice this. So my allergies aren't as bad, but I'll tell you what, in some parts of this area, when I go and park my car here in the springtime, you gotta wash your car a few times a week, because there's so much pollen in the air. There's a lot of clients that help move from out of state, and when they move to the area, one of the key questions is Luke, are the allergies bad? My answer, depending on where you're at, absolutely. It's not just here in Middle Georgia. There are some, specific places here throughout the country where botanical sexism really runs rampant. But when I say rampant, I mean it's taken over. Because in the early spring months, if you have allergies, you are going to have headache, you are going to have runny nose, you are going to have the symptoms here in the local area. So if allergies is an issue, this might not be the best place for you. But if you do want to move here, say you're getting a job on Robbins, or if there's some specific reason why Middle Georgia is the place for you to live, I need to be able to help you find that specific location where botanical sexism isn't going to ramp up and ruin your life. But to go over the impact of what really happens with botanical sexism in our local area is going back, like I said, back in the 1940s, 1950s, this was a huge practice. You need to understand some new construction neighborhoods, because there aren't a whole lot of trees yet and all that other stuff, you can really get away with it. Like I'm sitting in a new construction house. There's established trees back, in the farm fields and stuff back behind my property and all that kind of stuff, but there really aren't a whole lot of new trees. So when it comes down to it, that might not be too bad of it, an idea to be able to live. But if your home that you're looking at was built, in the 40s, the 50s, the 60s and stuff like that, and it's beautiful, well established, and you don't have those female trees to be able to pick up that pollen, it will wreck your life. Okay, I know I make money by helping people buy, sell, and invest in homes. And if this video scares you off, I want to make sure that I'm serving you at the highest level. Okay? Because if I help you move here and you have horrible allergies, it might get worse. Because at the end of the day, it can lead to allergies, personally. It can lead to respiratory issues. And it certainly can lead to you just having a poor quality of life. Because if you are susceptible to hardcore allergies, or specifically pollen, because I know there's other states out there, like for example Arizona, but they have horrible ragweed. It just depends on what you're allergic to. So if you are allergic to pollen, you want to wave that flag like red alert, stop, hold up. You want to make sure that you do a couple of things first, right? Contact your healthcare provider, make sure that you get an allergy test done and see really how bad specifically pollen affects you. After that, you might need to figure out if you need nose spray, allergy medicine, or whatnot. Because really, when it comes down to it, just being upfront and honest, it's just a couple of months here in the late spring that it really just starts to hit you. when it comes down to allergies and stuff like that. So if you can live 10 months out of the year, you really aren't going to have a whole lot of problems. But like right now, it's May 1st. My throat hurts. I woke up with a headache, got a little bit of drainage. I just don't feel good again. Today, I got a headache behind my eyes. It just is what it is here, for the next couple of months. And there's really not a whole lot you can do with it. Me being stubborn, I don't take allergy medicine. I just ride it out. But I know it affects me, and I know it affects dang near everybody that's allergic to pollen. But if you are looking to move here, we just need to be able to find a place that has a diverse variety of trees and plants when it comes down to it. Making sure that there are enough female trees in the area that are going to counteract the male trees. Now, Luke, how do I test that? How do I make sure that this area is not going to be as bad for my allergies? What do I do? Okay. University of Georgia ran this really awesome program a while ago, and on their website, there's a few things that we can be able to go over when it comes down to those tests. But at the end of the day, I can't tell you, I can't look at a tree and say that's a male tree versus a female tree. Gonna have to take a risk. So if you're watching this video, borderline easiest way to rip this Band-Aid off is just say, hey, if I'm severely allergic to pollen, don't move here. But if there is an area that you would like to live in and you have to test for allergies, I'm going to link in the description below, some kind of test or local area and really the severity of pollen when it comes down to it. So if that's something that's really important to you and your family, go ahead, check out that link, and then get in contact with me and shoot me a text message at 478-888-7808 if you need any help when it comes to relocating here to the Middle Georgia area. I got your back for life. But hey, if this video didn't scare you off and you're looking at some home tours here in the local area, go and check out this video and then get in contact with me. If you need help or you want to view any property in the local area and you're not local here, I'll shoot a video for you. I got your back. Okay, test out some new angles. I got this light with everything that's going on, so I might, try out different spots of the house, maybe outside, keep it at the office. Eventually, I'll get a nice office setup. But this video is going to go over botanical sexism. Crazy concept.